There's my daily vlog. Back doing daily vlogs because I'm in the warmth. It's cold out there. After I do this video, I'm going to put on some long pants and a long shirt and go out into the world and get myself some reefer. Check it out. My reefer thing is totally empty. So, yeah, I ran out yesterday at like something or other, 10 or whatever, so I had to work all that long without getting reefered up. So, currently I'm working on the Americas. I've got, this is the page I work with all of the Google Earth stuff that is, all of the historical villages, like tribal villages, as far back as you can go. And so for America, I have tribal villages, but then for some reason, I must have been tired when I did it, but I had tribal villages mixed in with forts. So, getting kind of burned out. Maybe I'll just leave it like that. I think it was 56 Indian tribal villages and forts, so I'll just leave it. And then it was like, there was another section, mounds. So that would have been like villages of the giants, I guess. They were the ones who made the mounds. There were like 26 of those. So that would be from a previous time, I guess. So, I went into America and last night got it started color coding it because it wasn't color coded before. There's on the tribes. I did the rivers, and I only have 8 rivers, I think. Not that many rivers, just the main ones. And yeah, so today I finished up putting all the colors on the tribes. I have more tribes in America than anywhere. It's like tribes within tribes. I don't even know how many there are. I'll count that. So, yeah, so then I go and today, I think I was saying something like I could finish it yesterday on my video. No. But today I could probably finish it. Depending on how many tribes there are. It looks like there is a shitload. Screen captures of all the everything in America, all the tribes and villages, and then my screen. Oh, I was like, and then my screen captures are done. No, they're not. And then I have to go and do it for Oceania, and Australia has a whole bunch of tribes too. So yeah, that'll take a little bit of time, but maybe I could finish Oceania and America today. Who knows? In terms of the screen captures, and then that means I could then go and edit, create those little icons that I'm making with the screen captures. Let me really quickly explain what I'm doing. So you have all of the different tribes and villages from history in the world. And I have them all on one page on my website. And so each one gets its own icon. So the icon looks the same as the actual picture of the real thing because you can see the icons, even though they're 20 pixels. I'd show you on my phone, but I'm filming with my phone. Maybe I could show you with my computer how it works. So I don't have the page. Let me get the page real quick. It's not that many clicks. I go to my website, I hit education, I go down here and hit history. So when I go to my website, I have to hit 2 buttons when I'm on the page. So, okay, so here's the computer, right? So then with a cell phone or a computer, all you have to do is, oh wait, that's with Google, that's with Dreamweaver, that's not with the computer. Oh yeah, it is with a computer. Just didn't work. Okay, so what I did was I click I double tapped the. Hey, if you don't like that I yawn with my mouth open, fuck off and don't ever come to my video again. Don't ever speak to me. Just go away. We're not friends. So, what the fuck? So, this is, where are the icons? Okay, you see that British icon? You see how you see all the details? See all the details on it. And that was because I did just a really quick tap. Somehow it doesn't work on this mic, on this mouse. But on this mouse it works great. You just do like that, and boom, it goes down. So the same thing works with cell phones though. I can't show you because I'm filming with my cell phone, but you look at the site and you just do this, and then you can see the icon. You can even see the icon when you don't zoom in. Like that's me not zooming in, and you can see all the detail of the little Indian headdress. So 20 gigs is fine. And so what's the point? Speed reading. Back in the 90s or something, I don't know, 20 years ago or something like that, I was watching Larry King, I think, and he was interviewing a speed reader, and he was just some goofy, dorky, fat, stupid-looking guy with thick glasses and a high-pitched voice. And Larry King's like, oh, he's like, yeah, I'm like the speed reader. It's magic. And the guy's like, oh, yeah, so read this. So he's supposed to read, so right in front of Larry King or whoever, he reads like 5 pages, right? Like in 10 seconds. He's like, I'm so smart. And then he proceeds to like tell some detailed story, and it's like, oh my God. Speed reading does exist, but not magic. Like you can't run across the tops of trees and stuff. You can't like jump off the top of a building and fly like a bird. Like you're human. There's physics. But speed reading does exist. So the big point is, if speed reading exists, where are the speed read websites? Because when I go to like the government website, that's not designed for speed readers. They have these huge fonts. If you want to find something, you have to go to like 50 pages before you get there. It's not intuitive at all. So if you want to make something that's conducive to speed reading, you have to make it a speed read page. You know, like if you're gonna make a CD that can play in a CD player, you have to make a CD. You can't put a record in there. So what do speed readers do? What did the guy say how speed reading works? Well, you have to know where the words are. You would read the first sentence in the paragraph, the last sentence, you jump around. Well, how do you find where words are? You color code them. You color code all the same types of words, so it makes you easier to find the word. When you stop in a book, you don't memorize what page you were in. You fold the paper down. Okay, speed reading is technique. So why would you put all the technique in your own little head to burn out your brain? You would put the technique into the page that you're reading it on. And so that's why you have to have like a different font, different color, different size, icons up the wazoo. That's speed reading. And then you have it all on one page. None of this click to another page to another page. If you want to get to click on like some random ass tribe in a world and download it on Google Earth, on my website, you only have to go to 2 pages. You go to my website, you hit education, and then you hit history, and you're there. Then you can scroll up and down, because that's speed reading. That's what speed reading is. Did I like not shave? Oh my God, look that. I think that's hair. So speed reading is, if you're going to effectively speed read, you have to have the words as small as you can. You have to have them packed as closely, kind of like a cell phone. When Steve Jobs was telling the people to make the iPhone, he threw the iPhone in the water and their bubbles came up. And he says, I want it so that when you throw that in the water, no bubbles come up. You have to have it all packed together. That's how you have to have a website. And so that's the whole purpose behind my website. It's, and that's why it takes a long time, but you're going to be a zillion times more effective with with a website that is that has a lot of jam-packed information in one page than you're ever going to be with one of these children's books, online children's books that everybody's got going on with the fucking font that's this big. That's like it's some kind of a competition of how few words you can put on a page. It's like, we tricked them, haha, we didn't do any work, and we made it look like we did it. No, don't do. So, but in order for big ass page to work, everything has to work, because if links start not working and if stuff's not consistent and stuff, it turns into an eyesore. And my website, if you try to explore around it, it's more eyesore than it is a work of beauty, because it's the links don't work, So well, anyway, that's the whole purpose of my website. That's why you would spend a year or something on one page, because these computers, they can take it, and you jam pack them together, and text can take up gigs. I can take up gigs, and I probably have gigs and gigs worth of text. I don't know how many gigs it is, but like, in fact, should we look it up now? Should we look it up? I'm just curious. Since I've been talking, I'm like super curious. Like, how many gigs? It's not that much, but if you add it all together, it takes up a lot of space. So, like, let's go here to, how are on my education page? Let's just do my education page. So, my education page, it's just text. It's 522 kilobytes. Huh. Well, that's not much. Here, let's go to a movie. To a book. That's not much at all. Audio history books, origin stories. Let's go to the Bible. Everybody knows the Bible. Bible, Old Testament. Oh, whoops. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I went there the wrong way. I did a search. I shouldn't have done a search. I should have just gone there. So, old origin stories. Old. Oh, I think I have it. I have it organized as Bible, Old Testament. Bible, Old Testament. All right. It's like 3,000 pages, 6 megabytes. So 3,000 page Old Testament Bible, if it's just in text, 6 megabytes. That's the same size as like a big song. So if you add all the books in the world, you're not talking megabytes anymore. Now you're talking gigabytes just in text. So, anyways, I was saying that because it's just interesting that once you get a page big enough, it can be too big for the computer to handle, even though it's just text. But luckily, the computers these days can handle a whole book in one page, which is good for me because I'm searching for the optical illusion of making something that's infinitely huge look small, appear to be small, and then you can like navigate around it, and then you can choose in your head where you want to go, and you go right there. And it's good for organization, memorization in your head. So, so scrolling is a great optical illusion because it makes you feel like you're, and then you can get anywhere in the book, and then it links really quickly. Whether you're on you don't have to rely on the internet because you're already there on the page. So, anyways, that's what that was the kind of the one quick way of describing the organization. So I'm gonna go and get weed, and then go and do the screen captures of all these tribes in America, and then I'll do the rest of the countries, which I don't think there are that many, and then go in and do Oceania, and maybe today I can finish that, and then so that I can work on the icons, and maybe in a week I can get done with all that stuff, the icons and the links, or a couple of weeks, or maybe a month. So that then after that I can go in and actually finish the Google Earth of all these ancient cities. Dude, I really want to do Tenochtitlan. That's like the most interesting freaking city ever. Like, god damn it, island in the middle of the lake must have been beautiful. So, and I think once you see something, like you really have to see it. You know, like you hear about the Bible, like Apostle Paul went to Ephesus and got like stoned or whatever, arrested and accused of being a heretic or whatever. Well, wouldn't you want to know what Ephesus looked like? You know, because then it would spark all this other knowledge, and you'll get an idea about what you're reading, and attitude and emotions, and even past life memories. I think, you know, like somebody, I saw some psychic show, and some lady picked up a shirt, or she went into a hotel. She's like, oh, and I believe some of those psychic shows. I mean, if it has how they filmed it, some dude found somebody in a car park because he was psychic. I couldn't believe it. But you know how those reality shows are. They're all fake anyway. But some lady's like, oh, I feel such pain in here. It turned out she was in the hotel room that Janis Joplin died. But I believe that stuff. You can pick up somebody and own something that somebody owned, and you can get memories and feelings from it. Well, if that works, wouldn't it hold true that if you look at a Google Earth map and you're traveling around, or you go to a place, an ancient city, you're going to get past life memories if you had anything to do with that? And then that'll increase your knowledge and your conceptualization of the whole thing. So it's essential. It's just as essential to know what these places look like physically. So that's why I built it on Google Earth. And I think Google Earth's better than anything else because you can zoom in and out and travel around and see the real world and all the other stuff that Google Earth has. So I think it'll make all the other companies obsolete within 10 years. And, you know, we're going to have to figure out how to make Google public. So to protect us, so that Google can't just start deleting stuff just because they're a company, you know. They're not a company anymore when they're the only one around. Now they belong to us. So anyway, that's enough talking. I'm gonna go off and get some weed and then come back and smoke, and then I got to hang out with my mom in like 40 minutes. I'm doing my taxes. I guess they're due on Monday or something. Yeah, but I can't really work on. I can work well if I'm sober, but I can't do it for very long, dude. It gets boring. You know, I like to work until I burn out, and then I smoke like a way to recharge and then get going again. So, when am I gonna have the links? Like, I'm talking about working on my history page. I'd love to be able to show it. So when's it gonna be linkable? Maybe by the end of like halfway through November is what I keep saying. So another month. Anyways, talk to you tomorrow.